So
So Che's the same way. I'd like to see him attack the zone a little bit more. I think Che's a tall kid. I think he can get a lot more of uh, a platform change. There's not a lot of I don't see a lot of power happening from the legs. That back leg doesn't seem like it's doing that much. He's bending it right there, but I just think they can get so much more of a drive. Che finishes pretty well. I mean, that's a pretty good spot. His hips are coming through. That ball's getting lined up. Everything's straight. His back's not bowed out or bowed in. Che's got a pure stroke. He's always had a pure stroke. I'd like to help him get quicker, getting that ball out of his hand, just a little quicker. And maybe I think I'd want to take some time off is just to get that early snap a little quicker and more efficient. So that first inside, where his hands dip inside with the separation, pop.
right there.
Yeah, I'd like to see if we can just get, because he gets to that point. Keep going. He gets to that point right here already. So if we can get to that point, we can help limit some of that extra snap action.
Yeah.
And that snap action, like I said, is part of what makes his stroke really appealing to watch, because it's like, whoosh, it's that whip. But I think we could really we could do a good job tightening it up.
Yeah, I mean, everything right now he just has such a good job of timing everything together. So the idea with that would just be to make sure we sped everything else up as well, because right, he does all that because he really kind of likes to settle in on that back right leg. He really lets that bend there, and so he loses a little bit of height because he likes to make sure that right leg is really got all that force in it. And then when he does a good job of using that hips, but instead of using it more on like a straight ahead force, he does a lot of raising up. So you can see as he's coming through here, that whole body is kind of coming upwards, and that's what makes it so he has such a high release as well. So he really makes sure he starts down and then transitions upward, and you can see here how he's doing that.
Extension.
Yeah. And so the idea, if we were able to get that release to be shortened down, what I think would have to come would be not so much of a right leg, gather, but instead make it so he can just absorb at that right leg and then push through it more of a straight, more horizontal type of a line rather than going as much in like a diagonal as he's coming through. And I think that's where, timing-wise, he could really save himself. Because I know he wants to get a faster release, and really breaking it down and slowing it all down. You could see that the reason he's slow is one, like you said, his arm and how he takes that arm through, but also body-wise is because that right leg really takes a second to until he feels comfortable enough to start transitioning everything forward.
Interesting. But talk about what of just knowing how to distribute weight well with him. He does sit in the pocket as far as like keeping that back leg ready to uncoil.
Yeah.
And his timing is really nice, and he knows his body and when to stop it from overextension.
Yep.
And I think that is why he is an accurate passer. He's a guy that has that really, he pushes the ball back, but he's also a very accurate passer because I think he's very lined and linear through the zone.
Yep. I mean, you could tell. I mean, he doesn't have that. This lean, I think, to me, is a healthy lean. You want to have a little bit of a, you're not going to be straight up. You're going to have a little bit of a, slight C parentheses type of look to you. But you don't want to overdo it where you look like what is it?
A snake.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that arm extension goes a lot to how well he turns his shoulders and wrist when he gets through and starts turning. It's turned already back there. It's turned earlier. From here, boom, and now he's working on turning as the hips are coming through.
Yep.
And at this point, his palm is going to start facing the side of his face with that C grip on that ball. And that's, instead of having a, what do we call these things? The cup. He's not getting through with the cup. It's already here. He's not having to change anything. It's strong, and it's turned exactly in the way it should be. Nose out, coming through the zone, straight.
Yeah. I mean, that's where you want it to be, right there.
That's a textbook line of getting through the zone.
Yeah.
And that right leg could come out a little quicker, but it's on its way out.
Yeah.
And I think we could work on that. I worked on him last time about let's start attacking the zone, and he got pretty comfortable with that. He kind of keeps that back leg back. I'd like to see him really work through it more. Just finish that throw out a little bit more.
But yeah, I mean, key things I think to work on here, just because again I know Chaden was trying to work on getting that release speed faster, would be like you said, just trying to get that.
See, what happens is he's pushing the ball too much. He's over pushing it. He needs to get, because he's going to end up in a good spot where he can cut this out, which is around this area.
Yeah.
But like you said, we gotta sync it up with his timing.
Exactly.